Hi everyone, my name is Oluwafemi Alofe. Welcome to the Redis and Laravel series. In this series, you'll be learning how to install Redis and the installation option available to you, the downside and the upside of the available installation option. I'm going to be showing you the Redis data types that are available, and we're practicing them on the Redis CLI for each data types. Next, we are going to create a simple e-commerce using Laravel with Redis as our data store, a very simple one in order to show how you can use Redis data storage to store most of the information of your application that requires a lot of read and less write, right? So in this case, for an e-commerce, most times when you upload a product, it won't really change over a long period of time. So Redis is very good for all this kind of data that requires a lot of read and a few writes. Um, Lastly, we'll be using Laravel WebSockets with redis-cli to show live updates to users who are viewing our e-store. So once a new product is being added, they don't have to refresh the page. The product will just show up on the page. So a little background about Redis. Redis is an in-memory data structure project implementing a distributed in-memory key value database. One thing to know there is that Redis is a key value database, and using it with a framework like Laravel to store data that will mostly be read and won't change multiple times can significantly increase speed of fetching data to a structured database like Mysql. So other example of applications that make use of Redis is Instagram. Instagram make every use of Redis very well. They use hash map and list. There is actually a particular blog post on Medium that the engineering team of Instagram released. Same thing as Twitter. Twitter also rely heavily on Redis because like I mentioned, if you look at Instagram and then Twitter, there are a lot of data that requires read. A lot of people read your tweets, like hardly are they modified. Yeah, so Redis are very good for data like this that require a lot of read and few write. And for the purpose of this tutorial, um, I'll require you should meet the following requirements. You should at least be using a Laravel latest Laravel projects should be installed, like in a fresh new Laravel project. If you have not done that, we are going to do that. I'm going to show you how to do that later on. I'm assuming you're using a Linux machine or Mac OS, and then of course you should have Composer globally installed on your machine, and you should be using the PHP version higher than 7.2 if you're going to be actually using the latest version of Laravel project. So before anything, the first thing that needs to be done is we need to install the Redis client. So let me show you simply what that is. So this is the Redis client here that I'm logging into. Let me go back. If I run Redis CLI, this is Redis client. I run keys. Yeah, these are all. So like I said, Redis is a key value pair. This is a key holding different data, right? Right now. So for instance, if I want to see what is here, let me look for a very simple. So here, product counts. Get product counts. Yeah, it's 6. So it's a key value pair, like I said. So this is Redis CLI. So the first thing that I need to do is, if you do not have Redis CLI installed, this is the procedure for installing the Redis CLI. This article is published on my blog, oluwafemialofe.com. I'm going to leave the link below the video. So if you don't want to type, you can simply just head over to my blog and then download it. So you need to run this command, and then finally do this in order to have Redis CLI installed. Optionally, if you need the Redis server, there's a slight error here. Gmod should be redis-server here. So I'm going to edit that later. Excuse me, I need to get back to this. It should be Redis server, not Redis CLI. Then once all this is done, if you run the redis CLI command from your terminal, it should pop up. It should take you to um, the Redis console like this. It should take you to this. Once you have that, so that's the Redis command line interface. So now that you have Redis CL, the Redis client installed, now we need to install um, Redis for PHP. Now, in order to be able to use Redis in a Laravel application, there are two options available to us. The first option that is available is using the PHPRedis package. Now, the PHPRedis package is a composer package that is written in PHP itself. So if you're actually looking to like do very minimal thing, right? For very small project, it's good. It works very fine, right? But if you are looking to use Redis in a production environment where you'll be doing a lot of things with Redis, you do not want to choose this option. And as a matter of fact, in new Laravel, upcoming Laravel release, it is mentioned that they might not be actually supporting the Predis package again. Yes, it's written somewhere in the doc because yeah, this is it. It has been abandoned by the package author, so it might be removed in a future Laravel release. So the second option is using PHP Redis extension. Now the PHP Redis extension is a PCL, can be installed using PCL. So if we don't know what PCL is a repository for PHP extension. For those that are familiar with PHP extension, before PCL there was Peer, right? That you would use to install PHP extension that has all PHP extension library. So this particular library is written in C, so it is very scalable, works very fine, but might be a little bit tedious to install. But in order to make it easy, I've compiled like the installation process, which I've tested out and it works fine. So for installation on Ubuntu, you just need to run the following command. And like I said, the link to this article will be on this video. It's on my blog, so instead of you having to type this out, you can also head over to copy it. But then I want to point some things out, so it's not hard. So these are the packages that you want to install. Sudo apt-get, dashwa, install gcc make, autoconf, and all these packages, right? And then sudo pecl. Now X and Y here should be your PHP version. So in my own case, let me check my PHP version. I actually have two PHP versions installed on my machine, but then I manage them using Valley PHP. So I have PHP 7.3.11 installed. So in this case, it should just be PCL 7.3 installed already. So that will work, right? So that's for that. And then after doing that, you need to create a .ini file for Redis, right? So before doing this, you might just create a small file and create and enter PHP and echo PHP info there. You will notice that even after doing this, the Redis package won't show. It won't show in your PHP.info if you look at the extensions that are being loaded. But once you do this, you just need to create. Now, note that here I have PHP 5. It should be whatever version of PHP. In my own case, 7.3. In your own case, could be 7.2. Whatever it is, then it should be 7 points, whatever it is, this, and then create .ini for PHP, and then what will be there is just extension equals Redis. That's just what's going to be there. So restart PHP FPM, and then if you reload your the page that you echo php.info now, you should see the Redis extension showing up. If you have any error, if you have any challenges, you might drop a comment and I'll be able to help or do some Googling. So for macOS, for macOS users, it might be a little bit tricky because if you run this command, pcl install Redis, it might throw some error, right, and not completely install. So what you need to do first is remove this look for the instance of this and remove it, right? If you are not sure, you can run ls this to see. Let me do that on my machine. Ls this, right? You see, so in my own case is 7.3.11, right? So you see, so let me just so I already removed that before, and then once you remove that, and you would also edit your php.ini, your loaded version of php.ini. So now to find the loaded version of php.ini, you might just do this php info, right? Then php info grep loaded. Let's see what this brings out. While that command is running, let me see if this doesn't run. Let me just quickly check. Moments. So echo php info. So let's just do this. Right, so control find loaded. See, now this is loaded configuration file. This is what you have to edit, right? So this is what you have to edit. Right, that's how you know. So go and edit your php.ini and remove. You would see this and the instance of this that you see the extension equals restore so remove it, and then now create finally create extension of Redis in these parts. Again, note this should be your PHP version. Then echo this there, or put this there and save it and restart PHP FPM. You're using Valet, restart Valet. So by now I've been able to show you how to install the Redis client and PHPRedis. So next we'll be discussing Redis data types, relatable examples. So we'll be doing that using the Redis command line interface. So the Redis CLI. So I expect by now you have Redis CLI installed. So please move on to the next video. And don't forget to subscribe for videos like this on my channel.